And this is it, underway. Johnny Jones crawls across the cage.
Going for that low ankle pick, maybe.
And he immediately takes Henderson towards the fence. Pressing forward, applying good pressure. Henderson just kind of taking it, controlling the wrist.
Dan Henderson's just using that fence to relax. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, Jones just driving in against the cage right now, looking to sweep a leg. If he get his hands locked, he might go for a lift.
We got two wrestling guys just really using that pressure.
And both are very familiar with the cage. Danny's going to use that cage.
And Jones lets go of the leg attack, and Henderson circles off the fence.
Let's see if Danny goes for his patented bonking him on the back of the head snap down. Jones feints a shot at Danny. Danny's not afraid to show the right.
And they're showing off to the crowd a little bit. The fans enjoying it.
I mean, it's excellent.
There's that low level
Jones is so quick and long with that 84.5-inch reach.
It's crazy.
238 moves like a cat. Good positioning with the head from Jones.
Look at, he's leaning forward all the way, all that weight and pressure against Henderson on the fence.
He's really going for that back leg.
And he has that head up.
Get those hands locked and come in for the lift.
And Dan keeping a hold of Jones' wrist. That's what's not allowing John to lock his hands around that leg.
Well, hand fighting is going to be the most important part here. Both these guys are absolutely skilled wrestlers. And then, of course, at MMA.
Jones wants to get things started. Just come meet me down at the ground. Danny says, no, I'm not going in there.
Stand up. We're going to wrestle first.
It's been so long since anyone's really thought about Danny's wrestling game, but dude, two-time Olympic Greco-Roman wrestler. That's incredible.
Super dunk, and John Jones gets to the body. He now presses Hendo against the cage.
You got to understand, Dan Henderson is an Olympic wrestler, and John Jones is a JUCO. So you're supposed to see this somewhat different style from an Olympic wrestler, but Jones is just so crafty.
Yeah, he just looks like he's making stuff up on the fly, and it works very well.
You see how Jones has to get lower than Dan Henderson.
Yeah.
And anyone in wrestling knows if you really want to see those positions work for you, you have to get lower than your opponent.
I'm surprised we're not seeing more foot sweeps from him. Kind of push into the cage, pull him back, try to trip him as he's stepping off.
Hendo retreats, and the crowd's starting a Hendo chant.
I think just the fans are happy to see Dan Henderson and John Jones go at it.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I flew, 3,500 miles just to come see this.
Well worth it. Jones is really setting the pace here, driving Danny around the cage.
Yeah, he's setting the tone.
You still know, even though it's a grappling match, sometimes people say, it's not, getting hit in the face.
John Jones, beautiful far side duck. Swoops around Dan Henderson, brings him to the mat, now transitions to the north-south position.
This is dangerous for Dan Henderson because the pressure.
Jones is attacking that arm immediately as soon as he landed. Scooped it up, circled around.
We spent the first half of this match on our feet, and then right about 4-minute mark, John Jones earns the takedown.
Which he was going for that move 2 times before, but got shut down. Had to get his hips lower.
And Jones has really got to continue circling around the head, not get trapped in the legs like is happening right now. There we go.
We know the Team Quest guys are not really good on their backs, but they fight.
Well, I could tell you, when you're sparring with Danny, to get him on his back, you have to knock him down to get him there. And that doesn't happen too often.
Has a wrist. Henderson tried to come out. Screw through the back door.
Danny's got that arm.
Wow.
It's
really
way out, though. It's way
impressive.
out. It was a nice attack. He didn't have it deep, but it was pretty.
It's nice to see Dan Henderson okay with being on his back compared to like the old days where it was not okay. So now he's been there so many times. Of course, you never want to be there, but
and Jones is continuing to circle around, still looking for that arm.
Jones doing a nice job controlling on top as we have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in regulation.
Moving quite well. Jones seems to be really relaxed in his positions.
Yeah, he seems to really be just in a flow state. Not even thinking, just moving around.
I'd like to see him on their feet one more time.
I would if there was a toss. Oh!
And Jones looking for the arm.
Left figure four shoulder lock, far side.
I just feel like he's trying to set something up. Jones is...
He seems kind of direct with his attacks. It's not setting up one to move into another. Or if he's going to attack the arm and take the arm.
2 minutes remaining in regulation. 2 minutes.
Do we see Dan get out of this position?
Right, and Danny's corner's telling him to open up. Just go. Don't ride it out.
I think you have to survive now that
full mount.
Yeah.
Jones full mounted on Danny.
And Jones is definitely putting that pressure on top of him.
And Henderson grabbing that, covering the mouth and nose.
He's got a handful of beard.
Now Jones is sliding up. And if he gets this,
and Jones is off to the side. And he's got a minute and a half.
That's going to do it. John Jones will win by arm triangle.
Johnny Bones Jones gets the tap.
He takes out Dan Henderson in almost 7 minutes.
Great appearance.
Look at the smiles on their face.
What a great matchup. That shot that got him down to the ground was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
All right, Kevin.
Duck under.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dave Hagan has called a stop to this bout at 6 minutes, 39 seconds of regulation. For your winner by tap out due to arm triangle, John Bones Jones.
All right, guys, let's start here with Dan Henderson. Dan, a lot of people that have competed with John Jones, when they get done, they made the same observation, which is they say, I thought he was hype, but it turns out he's just that good. What did you think in that 7-minute experience?
Well, unlike a lot of other people, I thought he was that good to begin with. But we don't get to see him, and nobody's really seen me on the ground either, so... you don't know what to expect in that situation, but, he caught me with a nice arm triangle, snuck it in there on me, dirty bastard, but... But no, good job to John. He did a great job tonight, and, motherfucker.
Let's leave it at that. Thank you, Dan Henderson. And now... under the greatest talent the sport has ever seen, John Jones. John, listen, this was 3 years in the making. Frankly, you and Dan Henderson needed to compete at something, and I personally didn't care if it was a bake-off or an arm wrestling contest. If we were playing for keeps, I wanted to tune in. What'd you think of this competition?
Oh, Dan is so strong. I did not expect him to be that strong. I'm just really glad I got that super duck on him. I've been working on that forever. Just thank you so much for the opportunity today. I really appreciate it, man. I know we've had our differences over the years, man, but I respect you tremendously. You're truly a legend and one of the greatest of all time in our sport. So.
Very beautiful statement, John. Now, I got to ask you, you got a belt around your waist. January 29th is right around the corner. You're part of the Flow Grappling family. Can we get you on the schedule?
I'm thinking me and you, Chell, should do a little something.
In that case, I will see you January 29th.